Hello and welcome back. Today I will show you how to crack the serial registration code using both VB Decompiler and x64dbg. So let's open our VB Decompiler and load our VB Visual Basic program. We'll use the patch, the one where we have already removed the next screen. And then look at the form. So now we see there's a text box. When we enter any serial key and click register me, this button will call the handler called command one click. So if you want to know what happens inside the code for command one click, you can double click on this to look at the disassemble view. And then now we have the address. We can use this address inside x64dbg. So let us open the crack me. Inside x64dbg, we'll use the patch version. And then now we go to our address which we found, copy it, and then in here we will navigate to the address, click go to, right click first, and then select go to expression and paste the address here and click OK. So now we can put a breakpoint here and you can click run. So when we run, we now enter our serial key, type in anything, click register, and it should hit our breakpoint. So now we can trace through by pressing enter. Keep on pressing enter. Let me remove my breakpoint which I set earlier. Okay, just press enter and see what happens. Yes, after this message box is called, we get the bad message, sorry, wrong registration code. Yes, so now we know that this is the message box, the bad message. Now so we can see that this is the message box which give us the bad message. So if we scroll up here and analyze the code before it, we can see all the strings that are being set up for showing the bad message. And then if we scroll up further, alright, let us restart this program and run again. And another thing, click register and we come here. So now if we run this time, we keep an eye open to see what happens, what instruction brought us to the bad message. Alright, you can see the strings being loaded. There's a string compare, and here there's a jump, and notice the jump is, if it doesn't take the jump, it's going to load this bad string. That means this is the important jump to put a breakpoint. So if we go ahead and run it now, it's not going to jump. If you press F8, it's going to load the bad message. And if you run it all the way, we see the bad string coming from here. Right? So now we know that this is the important part. Alright, so if we look further up, the comparison is being made but further up there's a string compare. String compare in Visual Basic is comparing two strings, and is comparing this string and this string. So let's put a higher breakpoint here and see what strings are being compared. So we just run it, click register me, and run to our new breakpoint, and notice here it has loaded this string, which is our input, and is also push this to the stack. So it's pushing this string and this string to the stack in preparation for this function. So this function is comparing this string and this string. So this string must be the serial or registration code, and you can confirm that by looking here at this address. 401DDC is our string. Another way is to look at the DOM. So right click, go to follow in DOM, go to this address 401DDC, and you can see down here, indeed at this address we have our registration code, April 2020. So that is the comparison, string compare. So now we know the password, the serial key is actually April 2020. We can rerun it and key in ourselves. So let's run it now. Okay, and we'll key in the serial key, April-2020, click register me, and click run, and we should get our successful message. So we have successfully cracked this software to find the serial key. So that's all for this lesson. Thank you for watching.